Hello, USA 10 Bits viewers. Welcome back to our channel, where we delve into significant moments in American history. Today, we're exploring a fascinating timeline of events that have unfolded on March 3rd across different years. From political milestones to cultural shifts, this date has seen it all. Let's dive into these historical reflections and uncover the top 10 significant events that shaped America on March 3rd. 1. 1845. Florida becomes the 27th state. On March 3, 1845, Florida was admitted to the Union as the 27th state. This significant expansion of the United States highlighted the nation's growth and the westward movement. Florida's admission was part of the broader era of manifest destiny, the belief that American settlers were destined to expand across the continent. The inclusion of Florida in the Union also played a role in the growing tension between the North and South over the issue of slavery, as it was admitted as a slave state. This event underscored the complex and often contentious process of American territorial expansion. 2. 1863. National Conscription Act signed into law. On this day in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln signed the National Conscription Act into law, marking the first time the United States instituted a federal draft during the Civil War. The act required all male citizens aged 20 to 45 to register for military service. This legislation was a response to the urgent need for soldiers to bolster the Union Army's ranks. While the draft was met with resistance and led to the New York City draft riots, it ultimately provided the necessary manpower to continue the fight against the Confederacy and preserve the Union. 1873, Comstock Law enacted. The Comstock Law, a federal statute aimed at curbing the distribution of obscene materials, was enacted on March 3, 1873. Named after its chief proponent, Anthony Comstock, the law prohibited the mailing of contraceptives, pornography, and any other materials deemed morally questionable. This legislation reflected the moral and social values of the time, as well as the growing influence of the Comstock Society for the suppression of vice. The Comstock Law had far-reaching implications for reproductive rights and freedom of expression in the United States, sparking debates that continue to this day. 4. 1875, Civil Rights Act passed on. March 3, 1875, the Civil Rights Act was signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant. This landmark legislation aimed to guarantee equal rights to African Americans in public accommodations, such as hotels, theaters, and public transportation. The act was a bold attempt to address racial discrimination in the post-Civil War era. However, its enforcement was weak, and the Supreme Court eventually declared it unconstitutional in 1883. Despite its short-lived impact, the Civil Rights Act of 1875 laid the groundwork for future civil rights advancements and highlighted the ongoing struggle for racial equality in America. 5. 1915. National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics established. The National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, NACA, was established on March 3, 1915, marking a pivotal moment in the history of American aviation. NACA was created to promote and coordinate research in the field of aeronautics with the goal of advancing the nation's aviation capabilities. The committee played a crucial role in developing new technologies and improving aircraft performance, ultimately leading to the creation of NASA in 1958. NACA's contributions were instrumental in positioning the United States as a global leader in aviation and space exploration. 6. 1931. The Star-Spangled Banner becomes the national anthem. On March 3, 1931, President Herbert Hoover signed a bill officially designating the Star-Spangled Banner as the national anthem of the United States. Written by Francis Scott Key during the War of 1812, the song's powerful imagery and patriotic fervor resonated with Americans. The anthem's adoption was a unifying moment for the nation, reflecting its enduring spirit and resilience. The Star-Spangled Banner continues to be a symbol of American identity and pride, evoking a sense of unity and patriotism at major events and ceremonies. See 1934, John Dillinger escapes from jail. On this day in 1934, notorious gangster John Dillinger made a daring escape from the Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana. Using a fake wooden gun, Dillinger managed to overpower the guards and flee the facility, becoming a folk hero to some and a dangerous criminal to others. His escape captured the public's imagination and highlighted the challenges law enforcement faced in apprehending notorious criminals during the Great Depression. Dillinger's exploits and eventual demise at the hands of the FBI cemented his place in American folklore. 8. 1938. Oil discovered in Saudi Arabia. Although this event occurred outside the United States, the discovery of oil in Saudi Arabia on March 3, 1938, had profound implications for American foreign policy and the global economy. The massive reserves of oil found in the region led to the formation of a close relationship between the United States and Saudi Arabia, centered around energy resources and geopolitical interests. This partnership played a significant role in shaping U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East and had lasting effects on global energy markets and economic dynamics. 9. 1991. Rodney King beating incident. On March 3, 1991, Rodney King, an African-American motorist, was brutally beaten by Los Angeles police officers after a high-speed chase. The incident was captured on videotape and widely broadcast, sparking outrage and highlighting issues of police brutality and racial injustice in the United States. The subsequent acquittal of the officers involved in the beating led to the Los Angeles riots in 1992, a period of intense civil unrest. The Rodney King incident remains a pivotal moment in the ongoing struggle for police accountability and racial equality in America.